welcome to my first YouTube video. So before I dive into this video today, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm on YouTube and why I'm starting this YouTube channel for you guys. I'm going to guess that a lot of you have come from my TikTok, young_Rari, which is an animal education platform basically. And while I'll still be making TikTok videos, I'm also going to be making YouTube videos just because you can make a lot longer videos on YouTube. So I think that you guys might be able to get a little bit more information about my life, my pets, and animal education on a longer video. But I don't want to really sit here and talk a lot about how I'm making a YouTube channel and everything today. So let's just dive right into the video. So let me introduce you guys to all of the pets in our house. Alright, so the first animal I'll be showing you guys today is my bunny Theo. Most of you probably already know him from TikTok, but I will still talk a little bit about him for the people that are new. So Theo is a almost 2-year-old male mixed rabbit, and I got him in the summer of 2019. I actually got him from someone in my class that did not want him anymore, so I rescued him from her, and now I have him. Alright, and here is a bit of a tour of Theo's area as well. So Theo is a fully free-roamed rabbit, which means he does not have a cage and he's never locked up in anything. So basically he has my entire room to roam around in 24/7. He's also litter trained, and as you can see, he is very, very spoiled. But yeah, enough about Theo, let's move on to the next pet. Alright, so the next small animal that we have in my bedroom is my female Russian hamster, Nova Bear. So she is a couple of months old. I think I got her about 3 or 4 months ago. And she is to her full-grown size, so she's not going to get any bigger than this. So she is pretty small compared to a Syrian hamster. And here is a little overview of Nova's enclosure. So this is a 40-gallon breeder tank, which she has all of the space to run around. And on the left side, as you can see right here, she has a little cocoa fiber area so that she can dig in that. She also has a little sand bath, which she uses to clean herself off, along with her wheel in here as well. And then coming up over the cocoa fiber is going to be her digging area. So this is her bedding area where she'll sleep. And right in this tube leads into this little cardboard box that has her favorite area to sleep, which is right in there. So here's a look at the cage from the front. So as you can see, she has a lot of burrowing space. And here she is just hanging out. She absolutely loves the cocoa fiber, so I always see her running around in this little area. Alright, and that is all the small animals in my room. So we're now going to move on to the reptiles and amphibians. So moving on, the first amphibian that we have is my White's tree frog. This right here is Smudge. I got Smudge last year in January from a reptile expo. So he's about, I think, 1.5 years old as of now. And his home is this 90-gallon enclosure right in back of me. It is one of my favorite tank setups for sure. Almost all of these plants in this enclosure are live plants. I just redid this tank actually, so I really like how it ended up. But yeah, Smudge usually chills down in his favorite plant, which is the plant right on the side right there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is that one right there. So that is where he lives, and I'll try to find his other friends that are in there as well for you. Alright, so this right here is 1 out of 3 of my crested geckos that also live in this 90-gallon right here, and as you can see, they love to jump. So this one right here is my male Aussie. I got him just about 2 months ago. So he was my first crested gecko, and then I also got 2 more after him. Now I would love to show you guys the other 2 of my cresties, but they do only come out at night, so they're nocturnal. So I can't find the other 2 right now. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to show you all 3 of them. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy back right now because he's very jumpy, as you can see. But yeah, these geckos are super cool. Their colorings can be really pretty. All of mine are orange or kind of pastel orange color. And their skin is actually super soft. So when you touch it, it really is really soft. They don't have any scales or anything like that, but he does live in here as well with his other 2 friends. I just cannot find them. But my other 2 cresties names are Mio and Taz. They're somewhere in there, but I cannot find them right now. But here is a little overview of this tank. So as you can see, it is very large, and it's got a good height to it because cresties do really like to climb. And as you can see, there is Aussie right there to the left, and there is Smudge to the right there. They've got their little water dish right down here with some crickets that got in there. And yeah, all these plants are almost all live plants except for these little vines right here. And I'll definitely have to make a video of showing this tank at night so you guys can really see all of the animals that come out during the nighttime in here. Moving on, right here we have a chubby frog. So these guys are just frogs that kind of dig themselves in the dirt and they don't really move around too much. They get their name because when they are frightened, they'll actually puff their stomachs up with air and they'll become super, super chubby. So I do have 2 of these guys, but one of them is not very good at being handled. He's very sassy, so we're not going to take him out. But yeah, they are pretty cool little frogs. Obviously, this guy's name is Chubbs because why not? This is their little enclosure for now. They have a little land area with some coconut fiber. And as you can see, this guy is just going to dig himself right back into the dirt. And then they have a little bit of water as well right over here. Not too much because they really don't like swimming, but it's just for them to drink. All right, up next we have my 2 female rescue leopard geckos. The bigger one on the right here is named Eddie, and the smaller one right here is named Steve. Yes, they do have those names because their previous owners thought that they were males, but they're actually both females. I got both of these ladies August and September of 2019 as well. I rescued them from people that did not want them anymore. And Steve on the left right here was actually very, very skinny when I got her, to the point where she probably would not have survived another week. The previous owners said that she just would not eat. I'm not sure what they were trying to feed her, but when she did come to me, she ate mealworms and crickets right away. So she might have been on a dead food diet that she just didn't really like, and it didn't work out for her. But as you can see now, she is super healthy. She has that really fat tail that the leopard geckos have. She is just an absolutely beautiful morph. When I got her, she was very discolored. Her tail was about the size of a pencil, which is not healthy. But as you can see now, she is doing amazing, and she is an adorable little leopard gecko. As for Eddie right here, she does have some stuck shed, so I'm going to deal with that in just a second. But when I got her, the previous owner was going off to college, so they couldn't take care of her anymore. So I decided that I would take her in for them. She was perfectly healthy. She had nothing wrong. She's an amazing weight. She is around 6 years old, they said, so now she's about 7.5 to 8 years old. Here is a leopard gecko enclosure. So this is a 20-gallon tank, and as you can see, Eddie is chilling out right there. The substrate is coconut fiber, and then she has her warm hide, her cool hide, and her moist hide as well. So yeah, that is the leopard geckos, and then they also have a heat mat right under this little cave right here for their hot hide, and then I also have a ceramic heater up there to reach the degrees that they really need for their whole tank. So right in this tank right here is my rescue chameleon, and I got her in January of 2020. She is a veiled chameleon, and her name is Pascal, of course, and her little head is right up in there, if you can see. I do not want to come too close to her because she does get stressed out very, very easily, but she's right there. As you can tell, she's looking at me. She really is not a fan of me. But sadly, that's just how chameleons are, so she is right back on the bottom of the cage now. We're going to leave her alone because she does get stressed out very easily, and it's not good for chameleons to get stressed out. But yeah, I've had her for a bit. She does not like being handled, so I don't handle her at all. But she's just living her life in her nice little cage. Right, so that was all of the small animals and amphibians and reptiles in my room. So we're going to move on to the fish now. So my first fish tank is going to be this 10-gallon divided tank right here. This tank houses 2 of my oldest betas. One on the left is Draco, the one on the right is Cedric, as you can see. So Cedric right here is a blue mustard, and yes, the water does look pink. That is because of the driftwood I put in here. It is releasing a bunch of tannins into the water, so it's basically dyeing the water a dark brown color. So yes, it is very hard to see the fish, but you can see him a bit. His body is blue, as you can see right there, and his entire tail is a yellowish orange color. As for Draco, he's pretty old, so he is sleeping somewhere in here. I fed him this morning, but obviously he's hiding now. But that is their tank, so each of them has a 5-gallon space, and then they also have a filter and a heater. Alright, so moving on to the next tank I have is another 10-gallon divided tank for 2 beta fish. On the right is Malachite, and on the left is Topaz. Topaz is a little plakat beta. As you can see, he has the shorter tail. And Topaz right here is a half moon beta. So as you can see, his colors are absolutely gorgeous. He has a nice marbling of a kind of purplish green iridescent color with the white fins as well. And then over here is my little guy Topaz. He has the kind of blush pink rose gold almost looking body, which is really pretty. Yeah, these are my two really pretty boys. I love them a lot. I've had this tank for about, I'd say, a month and a half to 2 months, so it is fairly new as well. And it is looking super good. All of the plants are doing really well, except for my little El Nino Ferno. He kind of died there, but we'll get that fixed up. And last but not least, this is a little 5-gallon tank with another Plakat beta. I think I've had this tank for about 2 weeks with the beta in it, so it is very new. And this tank is located in Theo's area, so this is basically Theo's own little pet fish. Now this little guy is absolutely beautiful. I wish the camera would focus on him more to see his colors and his scaling, but it won't. But I have yet to come up with a name for this guy. If you do have any name suggestions for him, go ahead and drop that in the comments because I really need help finding a name for him. But yeah, he is super pretty. He has a very big beta as well, which is really cool. And he does take up a good amount of space in a 5-gallon tank. But this guy also has a filter and a heater, just like every single one of my beta fish, and he is thriving right now. Alright guys, so that is it for all of the animals in my room, but we are not done yet. We still also have my sister's bedroom and then my brother and stepbrother's bedroom as well. So let's go ahead and go into my younger sister's room and I'll show you the pets in her room. Alright, so we are now in a different room. Obviously, as you can see, her room is a little bit messy. Let's just forget about that. So my little sister Gianna, she is I think 13 or 14, I honestly don't know. Sorry Gianna. She also has a bunny in her room, which you guys might know from TikTok. Her bunny's name is Juju. So this right here is the little pretty baby Juju. Juju is also coming up on 2 years old. We got her in September of 2019. She is a female Flemish rabbit mix, so she is mixed with one of the largest rabbit breeds. But she is an absolute sweetheart. And before people make fun of her double chin, that is very, very common and normal in female rabbits. What that basically is it's called a dewlap. So it's not because she's fat, it's just because she's a female Flemish rabbit, so she does have that dewlap on her neck. Juju is also almost fully free-roamed with the exception of having an X-pen right here. The only reason she has this X-pen is because she is a very, very destructive bunny. So she will chew up many things even if you try to train her. So she has this X-pen just in case we are gone for a very, very long period of time. But other than that, she is out all the time, free-roamed 24/7 almost. Even when my sister is gone, like my sister's not here right now, she is still free to roam around Gianna's entire room. So that is all of the animals in my little sister's room. So now we are going to move on to my brother and stepbrother's bedroom that does have a lot more animals in there as well. Alrighty, so this is my brother and stepbrother's room that they share. That's my little stepbrother's bed right there, and here's my brother's bed. My brother is 15 years old, and I think my stepbrother is 11. But let's jump into all of the animals they have in here as well. So first up in this 30-gallon tank is going to be a little tiny baby map turtle. This is one of their baby turtles, I think out of 3 smaller turtles. And he has his own little tank right here that is also filtered and heated. And as you can see, he is a very tiny little guy. So he is not able to go out into our turtle pond that we have outside yet, but once he gets bigger, he will. Next up is our red-tailed boa constrictor Ace. Now Ace is currently recovering from mites, so if he does look a little bit smaller, that is because he had mites for a while that we were trying to get off of him and he stopped eating for a very long time. But he's getting fed about 2 mice really, really frequently now just to get his weight back on. But he looks very, very hungry right now, so we'll probably feed him again this week, even though we just fed him about, I think, last week. But yeah, he is super cool, especially once he puts his weight back on. He's absolutely beautiful, and I'll definitely show you guys more of him. I'm not entirely sure on how old Ace is. I'm gonna have to guess about 4 or 5 years old, but I can't be 100% sure on that. All right, moving on, we have our giant tub full of turtles. So these turtles are only inside for the winter months. They actually have a pond outside that I'll show you guys that my brother has built for them. But when it gets too cold, we do bring them inside. So this little guy that is going absolutely insane is going to be our yellow-bellied slider. We got this guy, I think, December of 2019, I want to say. And we also rescued him from a person who did not want him anymore in our neighborhood, so I surprised my brother with him for a Christmas gift. Next up right here is one of our painted turtles, Augie. Augie, I think we got as well in 2019 in the summer, and I will explain why his name is Augie right now. So as you can see on the tip of his nose, he does have that weird little indent, So basically his nose is one huge hole and it's connected to his mouth, but it does not stop him from being a normal turtle at all. But that's just a little bit of a backstory on why his name is Augie, but he is absolutely beautiful and he's a pretty good size. And then right here is a little painted turtle also. His name is Harry Styles, which my sister and mom picked out. He is the same turtle as Augie and he's got some really pretty reds on him and he is a little tinier than him as well. Then we've got our largest turtle that we have, which is this African striped neck. He is humongous. We've had him for about, I think, a year and a half to 2 years as well. All of these turtles we got around the same time, by the way. But he is definitely our largest turtle. He is huge and he's very, very pretty as well. As you can tell on the bottom of his shell, he has a really nice pattern. Here is how big he is on my hand. He is a pretty good weight as well. And here is the last turtle in the turtle tub, which everyone seems to be pretty afraid of. This right here is our snapping turtle. So he has gotten pretty big pretty quickly and he's going to get a lot larger than this. He was in the outside turtle pond last year, but since he has grown and he is just demolishing every single fish that we put in here, he will be staying in his own tub. But he is pretty cool to watch grow, so I'll definitely make growth videos on him, and he does grow pretty quickly as well. Just look at that face. He really reminds me of Bowser for some reason, but he's really cool. And right here is my brother's giant 75-gallon community fish tank. So this tank is just recently started up. We've only had it for about a month with fish in it, so we're definitely gonna get a lot more fish than this. Some of the fish include zebra danios, as you see right here. A couple of black mollies, which are really, really pretty. Also a couple of platies, and then we've got a bunch of different types of guppies as well, and even we have guppy babies too. I'm not really sure if you guys can see very well, but that is a little baby molly. So we have a couple of little baby black mollies that are absolutely adorable, and they're so tiny right now. And then in this 50-gallon tank right here is our Russian tortoise, Walter. So Walter was also one of our most recent rescues that we've gotten from someone locally. They just did not want Walter anymore, so we took him in. He is 3 years old, and he is so adorable. He will be getting his own enclosure outside when it warms up enough as well, so this is just a very temporary enclosure. But yeah, here he is. He is super cute. I bring him outside all the time and let him run around when it's warm enough, and he loves it. So there's Walter. And that concludes all of the animals in my brother's room. Alright, so I'm now going to show you guys a little bit of the turtle pond that my brother built, I think the summer of 2019. Obviously, this is not what it looks like when it's at tip-top shape. This is what it looks like after the winter is over, so it's just covered in algae. My brother will drain all of this and then redo it, so pressure wash it and it'll look really pretty. I'll definitely have a video over that. That's going to be a really cool video to make. But my brother does have a couple of turtles out here that can survive through the winter and hibernate. So I don't know why he's out of the water right now, but this is another painted turtle, Franklin. And then swimming right down here is a red-eared slider baby. There are 2 of these guys in here. I just don't know where the other one is. But they are starting to come out of hibernation because it's been like high 50s for about 2 or 3 days here. There are also a bunch of koi and goldfish out here. So there's one of the butterfly koi, and there's a bunch of different just random common goldfish as well that we bought when they were feeder goldfish. And now they've grown up and the turtles won't eat them because they're too big. But yeah, that is just a little tour of the pond, and that is where those turtles that I showed you guys inside come out to. So I'll definitely show you guys when this pond is looking really pretty as well. This right here is the family dog. This is Dash. She is 6 years old and she is a lab golden retriever mix. But yeah, she's a little cutie pie. I love her so much. She sleeps with me every single night, so she's really, really cute. This right here is my 16-year-old Norwegian forest cat. Her name is Annie, and we have had her for 16 years. So she might actually be a little bit older than 16. But yeah, she's a very old cat, but she still does get around very well. But yeah, she is super cute as well. She just lays around. She's very lazy, but yeah. All right, and that concludes every single animal in this household. I know that that was a lot of talking and a lot of information to take in, but I just really wanted to have you guys know every single animal in the house for upcoming videos. And if this video was a little bit jumbled and kind of crazy, I apologize. This is our first video, so we have to get into the swing of things here. But please make sure to go subscribe to this channel. We're gonna be putting out a bunch of different animal videos. So educational animal videos, just really fun animal videos, a bunch of stuff. But thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys like all of the animals in our house. Also, comment down below which animal was your favorite and why. I'll be looking through all of those just to see which ones are your guys' favorites. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and make sure to go outside if it's nice in your area, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!